gentlemen, it's now time for the Darren and Carolyn Save Humanity Show. Here's your host and your hostess. Let's welcome Darren and Carolyn.
Gentlemen, we made it! Welcome, the first episode of the Darren and Carolyn Save Humanity Show. Now, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darren Radiff. I am an actor, a model, a DJ, an MC, a mentor, and a friend, right? That's all my friends out there anyways today, folks. And you probably not necessarily remember me, but way back, I spent 4 long days on a ranch in Jackson, Michigan, with this guy. Yeah, Ted Nugent. That's right, folks. Now, you can say whatever you want about Ted, but the thing I enjoyed most about him was that he was fair. The contest was, I went with a few people to play for a big Dodge Ram and $25,000, and he was so fair. Look what I got to keep. The Dodge Ram.
That's a friend.
Yeah.
That's a friend. That's a friend.
Now, I spent this time with, I think it was 6 other contestants, and you know who was with me? Tila Tequila. There she is. Yeah. And I'm telling you, folks, I did see Tila Tequila's boobs this close, right here. Naked, okay? So we have spent all of this time, and she got her own show. I thought, oh my gosh, Tila Tequila got her own show, but what is she doing now? The last time I knew her, someone was throwing feces at her on the way out of a concert venue, and they beat her up and her bodyguard. So, you know, I figure, hey, she got her own show, so why not me? Right? Woo! Thank you. And I thought, who better to do the show with than my co-host? So without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you my friend, a very beautiful, talented, funny, amazing woman, and the only woman that I know over 45 who still has an active sex life. Woo! Let's give it up for Dr. Carolyn Smiler!
Now, the only problem with that is I do have to tell my mother before. I don't know that she knows, but I'll let her know.
Well, she will
she
now.
She will now.
Now, who are we? Carolyn and I have been friends since 5th grade.
The earth was cooling.
And you may not believe this, but I have the picture to prove it, Carolyn. Yeah, there we are! 5th grade! She didn't know the shot was going to be shown, and we have cut this from her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, can you pick us
that?
out? Can you pick us out?
You did that?
Yes.
Oh, you shit.
There we are. Oh,
shit. Are you serious? I'm not allowed to stand up because I beat your ass right now.
So there we are, 5th grade.
Well, you weren't doing any better, so there you go.
I know, look at
Whatever.
that. We almost had the same hairstyle. Yours was just longer.
It was 1977. You suck. I did not. Who kept that a secret from me? Oh, I'm a man.
Hey, Mike over at Tech, thanks a lot, man. Even that is secret.
Trouble. No dinner for you.
So this is payback, because let me explain to you how we got reacquainted, right?
Oh.
We went to 5th grade. We left each other after high school. She went her way, I went mine, and 20 years later, we went to the 20-year class reunion. And go ahead, tell the story.
It starts with a little pre-drinking and a couple of friends, and I am at the event, and I'm in the bar, actually the bathroom. And my girlfriend says, are you going to, of course you got to pre-drink, you got to go bathroom. So my girlfriend says, you got to talk to Darren. And I said, well, we're in the stall peeing, just so we understand.
Not me and her.
No, not her.
Yeah.
Not him. But so we're in the stall, and she's next to me, are you going to talk to Darren? And I said, Darren who? And she said, Darren Radiff. And I said, no, he's a stupid mother effer. I'm not talking to him. Now, I push the door open. There are all of his friends. And I said, oops, sorry, oops. And so I wash my hands and I walk out. And I'm going into the event, and Darren is standing in the doorway. And I walk up to him, and
so I say, oh, Carolyn, hey, how are you? And I put my arm around her, and I'm like, how are you? And she looks at me, she goes, you don't know me. You don't know me. And I'm like, no, you're Carolyn.
And the whole time I'm thinking, are you going to get off of me? Get off of me. I don't, get off of me. Are you done yet? And so I would get off of
Which
me.
she says to a lot of men.
No, I don't. That's not what I say, Darren.
Okay.
That's not what I say. We'll talk, but that's not what I say.
So I left her alone. But then she found out some very important information.
He's a DJ. And I thought, I am so using this man.
She is crazy about music.
I love music. I don't even know how to turn my TV on at home. And that's a true story. I can't turn it on. I have to ask the kids when I want to watch True Blood. I have to say, can you guys turn the TV on? It's Sunday, we gotta watch TV. But I actually, this stupid MFer said to me,
whatever you need, give me a list.
and he gave me a business card. And I have the business card at home on my table, and my girlfriend said she said, oh, that's a fake business card. I said, nobody gives out fake business cards. So we call him on the phone, and it's his voicemail. So that voicemail was us, Darren. And I said, see, it is his. So I sent him a list of music, and in 2 weeks, this mother effer,
Send her the music.
all of it. And now for this guy, not so bad.
That was before I knew I was a mother effer, of course.
I didn't tell him that until later. I think it was 5 years into it I told him.
Yeah, but now it is 10 years later, and ladies and gentlemen, here we are, Carolyn and I. This is what we do. We have a lot of fun together.
7,000 minutes a month on Sprint.
Yes.
And we're here now, and Darren said, did you call Sprint and tell them we didn't get divorced or anything?
Because we don't call each other because we're standing right next to each other.
So we had to tell Sprint, it's okay. We're still alive. Nobody died. We're just sitting next to each other.
So Carolyn and I decide, why are we doing this show? It's basically because, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really crazy about what's going on there with people and humanity and all the injustice and how we're treating each other. So we wanted to do a show to get people to start thinking about how they treat each other, how they treat themselves. And so
live and laugh and love.
Exactly.
End of story.
Just to have
Live
a
and
good
laugh
time
and
in
love.
life. And we were just tired. So we thought, you know what, let's just throw a show. We talk about this stuff every day. Why don't we make a little
Yeah,
money
we
trying
have
to do
daily
it?
rants. It is 7,000 minutes a month.
Exactly.
We talk a lot.
So our first topic is, I'm going to ask Carolyn how her rack is today.
How is it?
Not like tequilas. Because why?
Yours
Mine
is
are
real. Right.
Mine are
Okay.
real.
No.
I'm
So,
giving away so many secrets
This is
today.
the rack that I'm talking about. Your random act of kindness. So I am.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Guy in the front, sorry. That's the after show.
We just don't do enough. And a random act of kindness is what you do for someone else that doesn't necessarily benefit yourself at that moment or any time after that. Just something that you do nice to make sure other people are happy. And so I want you to tell your story about your random act of kindness.
I was in a parking lot, and I walked over a bunch of screws that you actually put your license plates on with, nice long pointy ones. So I picked them up, and I threw them away.
So that other people would not
Not
get
get flat tires. That's part A.
That's part A. Now,
Gotta be. But it's a good B.
It is. It ends up to be
It's a great
good
B.
So tell them what happened before coming here.
I go to the mall at 10 in the morning.
In a rush.
I'm supposed to be on the plane at noon because this guy says I need white pants. Who has white pants? I have no white pants. You'll see the white pants. Somebody will see my white pants. Somebody's going to see these white pants. So I go in, get the pants, 10 o'clock. I come out to my car 20 minutes later to 2 flat tires. Oh. I stood there. I grabbed my cell phone. I didn't call anybody. I just started to cry into my cell phone speaking to nobody. And I'm standing there crying. And I just said, what am I going to do? Talking to no one. And so this gentleman goes behind my car and he says, oh, this is awful. I said, you have no idea. I have to be at an airport at noon. My mother's on the way to get me. And he said, oh, you are too pretty to stand here. I'm going to help you. This guy, I have a PT Cruiser. He said to me, where's the donut? I'm like, donut? I have no idea where my donut is. Who puts a donut under a car? I would never have thought it was under the car. So he's under the car. I didn't know what all those things were. He puts my donut on, my first donut on, and he has a PT Cruiser. He goes ahead and gives me his donut. And he put it on my car. I said, "Oh my gosh!" I couldn't hug him enough. It was really getting a little too close because I said, "I could be all over you right now in this parking lot. I have to be in an airport in noon." And I just made that plane. I only had enough time for 2 drinks in the Continental Party Room. I said, "Can I get it to go?" And they let me. I said, "I need it to go. I want the big cup to go." And I made it.
And that's what we're talking about.
So here
You
we
never
are. It
know when
worked.
that random
It
act of
worked.
kindness is going to
It
come back
works.
in your
It does
favor.
work. It really does work. It does.
So, yes. So I'm going to ask all of you guys to go out there
Thank you.
and take time to perform a random act of kindness sometime today if you've seen the show, and just do it for someone. See what happens. Things might change for you really quickly. So, Carolyn, you are a doctor. So tell us, how did you become a doctor?
I am professional sometimes. Not a lot, though. I always say to them, "You're not going to hear this twice. You get it once." Like I told you this week, you're in charge. Don't look for it again. You get it now. You're not going to get it again. Don't get excited ever, because you might not see it again. And why I became a doctor? When I was 29 years old, which is 19 years ago, I woke up and I could not walk. I couldn't talk. I couldn't see, and I was numb from the neck down. I had a beautiful 2-year-old. And I thought my parents had to take care of me, and it took 6 months for me to be diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And they said I may or may not walk again. They weren't certain. I had to have a 5-year benchmark. I decided at that point I had to do something for myself. I was not completely happy with what the medical world was offering me, so I better do something. I got to fix this. So I went down the natural route, which started me in taking classes. I had to educate myself. And I did. And I continued on, and I loved it, and it just was a passion for me. So it's now 19 years in January. I am walking, I am talking. In fact, this is my coming out party because people, including my children, do not know I have MS. It's a secret. I keep it a secret because they don't need to know I'm perfectly fine.
And that's really how we started to really click, because I was already doing natural stuff here in Los Angeles. She was doing it in Ohio, but we never had anybody that we could bounce things off of. She was learning something totally different than I was learning, and I knew. And
he was part B of I actually created an MS plan, and I had the first plan on nutrients, but I needed to add herbal, and you helped me get down the path of adding herbal to complement my nutrition.
This is the part of the show where I brought her here. We are partners in this because we want to inform you about some things that you guys may be doing that aren't so great for yourself. So what I want you to do is tell them what your topic of the day is, Dr. Smiler.
The flu shot. Everybody has to have one.
Okay, now raise your hand if you have the flu shot out there. Come on. Thank you. Oh my gosh.
Media-driven.
Exactly.
Media-driven.
Okay, so we're going to talk to you again after we tell. How many of you guys know what's actually in the flu shot? Nobody knows.
Get comfy.
All right, here we go. This is what you're being injected with.
Right here. Thimerosal, otherwise known as mercury, which is the second most poisonous element to man. Remember if we had a thermometer in school? You broke the thermometer, hazmat had to come out. Same mercury, and you're injecting it into your person. Formaldehyde. We kind of know what that is. You preserve dead bodies in formaldehyde. And the EPA states that it is toxic to humans. Makes sense, doesn't it? Egg protein. You have to be aware if you're allergic to eggs. I mean, you don't want to take the flu shot because the flu shot is cooked in eggs. Hydrocortisone, that is a medicine that was designed to be used topically. In fact, if you inject it, you have to seek medical attention immediately. There you go. Or inject it, you have to seek medical attention immediately.
Polysorbate 80. Isn't that
80.
something we used to always say in the 80s? Oh, no polysorbate 80. Oh, polysorbate 80.
Well,
Wasn't
it
that a big
triggers
thing?
dangerous allergic reactions. That's what that does. And then we're not done. Now, it's because we're not done. We go to aluminum. That's what's in cans. It's in cans. Aluminum, keep in mind, we have been told to get aluminum out of our cookware and our deodorant. But it's okay to inject it, I guess, right?
Of course.
I mean, get it out. You don't want to eat on it.
I have a lot of cans after the show if any of you guys need a flu shot.
Start
I'll be
licking
doing
them.
it in the back room.
This here, that is an antibiotic that is used to treat many illnesses. And MSG, well, we know what that is. It's in your food.
MSG,
and
Chinese
you're told
food.
not
No
to eat
MSG,
it. Don't
no
eat
MSG,
it.
no MSG.
Don't eat it, but inject it. It's totally no problem.
So our recommendation for the flu shot. Now you can do whatever you want. We are here to inform you,
just
give you the
information.
information,
None
do
of this
whatever
is a secret.
you want.
This is not a secret.
Exactly, right here,
It's listed for you.
www.cdc.gov. It's
Just
the
think.
government agency that tells you exactly what's in the flu shot.
That's right.
That's where we get our information. So we just want to inform you. We are not trying to diagnose you or anything like that, but we're just saying, hey, are you aware? The government says do this, then you're doing it. So now I'm going to ask you guys out there, after knowing what's in it, how many of you guys are still going to take that flu shot?
Enjoy.
Yay!
But that's fine. That's fine
Right.
too. That just as long as you know what you're doing. But now you know. You can walk away today and say, I know what's in a flu shot.
And Carolyn and I, we don't do flu shots, so our recommendation is don't do it. That's
No,
always,
the flu shot is less. The
now,
flu is less
if you
dangerous.
are, some of those people did not take the flu shot, what can you do to prevent yourself from getting the flu?
Flu prevention, you can start with taking colloidal silver every day, which is a natural antibiotic that's been around since the 30s. Garlic, we all know what that is. Just you could take a pill or eat it. In naturopathy, echinacea, golden seal are two very popular antibiotics, and as well a multivitamin just is a general good idea every day.
Okay, and if you get the flu, did any of you guys get the flu after you had the flu shot?
Oh, that one too. Okay, because that is common.
Right.
It is very common. For your information, it's common to
We
get.
were just talking to Scott here at the studio, and he said he got the flu.
It
and he
is very
never took it
common
again.
because it is a myth that you cannot get the flu after you get the flu shot.
All right.
And if you don't listen, Darren, and you have to call me and say, Carolyn, I
got
didn't
the
do what I was
flu.
supposed to do in our 7,000 minutes together. I say, Darren, you need to take an antiviral. And I do talk to him like I'm, Darren, you have to take an
She
antiviral.
slaps the table like that too.
I do.
I'm usually like this, and I go, what?
He's fine. You want to start antivirals. And elderberry is a real popular antiviral, as well as VSC, which is a combination herb. And if you have any questions about any of this, you can actually
contact us
shoot
at
us a-
DarrenCarolynSaveHumanity.com. Shoot us an email, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Don't ask us to diagnose you because that's not what we're here to do.
No,
We're
it's just
here to give you
information.
Where
Just
can I
think
find?
about it.
What can I do?
Just
and all
think
that
about
stuff. So, and be careful out there. If you are, one of the things that we have problems with all the time is people don't quite understand where we're coming from. We've been so saturated with what the government says and what the government does that people look at us and go, "What are you doing?" The story is, my sister had polymyalgia, fibromyalgia, myalgia,
Fungal
every
something.
myalgia that there was possible to
Fungus
have. My
something.
sister had those
She's
myalgias.
got it.
Yeah, and so I called her and I was like, hey, Carolyn's a naturopath doctor, and I would love to, get you some nutrients, some vitamins, maybe some herbs, and get you better. And she's like, oh, okay, that would be nice. Well, that's what she said to me on the phone, and then she called my mother and she called my brother and said, Darren's into voodoo.
Definitely voodoo.
So I'm into voodoo.
Mike, where's our voodoo?
Oh, we're just gonna go move on
Let's
to
hit
Pimp
it.
My Product.
Why not? Let's hit it.
Awesome.
Hit it.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, Carolyn and I, we have this.
Oh, God, it drives me crazy.
We have this guilty pleasure.
There's a lot that drives us crazy.
We love to watch Dr. Phil.
7,000?
We love to watch Dr. Phil.
Love Dr. Phil.
And we do love the information and all of that stuff that he gives us. But the problem with Dr. Phil lately is he always seems to be pimping some product.
Something.
And it's always some way he's making more money. Doctors on Demand. I'm sure he's making money off that.
Tons.
His wife is saving women.
Kid's got lipstick.
And the grandkid has
come
a
on.
lipstick
There's
coming
not
out.
enough money to pass down.
And of course, and then, here's my book, and by the way, my son is the publisher.
I'm
And
sick
we're
of
all
it.
like-
We all know that, right? There isn't anybody that doesn't know this, right?
So anyways, we decided to do something called Pimp My Product. And so we're gonna give you some book that will help you out, but keep in mind, we are not making any
don't make a
money
damn dime.
on this
Nothing.
particular book.
Nothing.
And so we chose a book, and it is called The Four Agreements. How many of you have read this book? Anybody out there? This book? All right, this book is amazing because, as you can see, it's a very short read.
Easy read.
It has 4 agreements that you make with yourself to do every day, and then you'll be able to have a...
It's easy. Life is easier.
Yes, so much
Just
easier.
easier.
One of my
Life is
favorites
easier.
in this book is not to make assumptions, and we do that all the time. You call somebody, they don't call you back. Oh, they must not like me. Oh, someone else is more important. Oh, you just assume until you're crazy about why they didn't call you back. You don't know what's going on the other end
No,
of that
you don't.
phone.
No, you don't.
So stop trying to figure it out. And that's just one of them. Now, we'd love to give each and every member of our audience a copy of this book, but
We share our copy.
we share our copy and we have no budget.
If you could, my stuff is highlighted in yellow. I'm like, well, Darren, I read it. Just read my highlighted. We
So
share
if
a
you'd like to
copy.
borrow it for a few minutes after
We
the
can
show,
show.
you guys can just pass it around.
But just highlight the parts you like in a different color. I'm yellow, he's green. Don't screw with my information. Get your own, right?
Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on with the show, and this is one of my favorite portions of the show. Is that correct, Mike? We're on to Darren's Pet Peeves. Oh yeah! So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to talk to you about what it is exactly named for, and that's people and their pets. I want to tell you something, people. Listen to me very carefully. Your pet is not your boyfriend or that extended member of the family or your son or your child.
Not your
It is
kid.
a pet.
Not your kid.
Right.
Never
so
your
treat
kid.
your pet as a pet, or treat your significant other as your pet, which might even be better. Because if I go, seriously, now if I go to your house and I have to wear a plastic bag like this guy to sit on your couch because there's so much dog hair and cat hair all over the place that I'm gonna need that beer that's in his hand. In fact, give me
Maybe
two
two.
and I don't drink beer.
Maybe two.
Folks, pick up your poop.
Right? Thank you. Nasty.
I have a van, and I am tired of getting out of my van to unload something in the sliding door, and that little area of grass between you and the sidewalk never fails. There's always somebody who hasn't curbed their dog.
Today we had that. You had to move the van so we could get in it.
So I've decided if I know who you are and I see you go by me and I step in poop from your dog, I'm coming and taking a crap in your living room. Folks, if I'm at your house and you have a dog and I see you do this,
Oh, save the dog. Save the dog.
folks, maybe if you kissed your boyfriend or girlfriend like this girl, boy,
Whatever.
this person is kissing their dog, you might still have a boyfriend or girlfriend.
Right? Absolutely.
Besides, as Carolyn says, do you know how many germs are in that?
Parasites are on the rise because of this right here. Parasites are on the rise because of
And
this
folks,
right here.
I've been with people who have to walk your dog twice a day. Why not walk your boyfriend?
Right? Who doesn't like that? Right? Woo!
Now hold on. This is not the kind of walking that I was talking
That's
about.
what we like.
Exactly.
We want that. In fact, he likes that. He wants it. He likes it. But what do you want to do? Thank you.
No, folks. What I'm saying is, you take time out to spend with your dog twice a day. If you take that time out to spend with your significant other, your boyfriend, or someone that you're dating, and walk them like this, maybe
Aw. Come on, right?
Right.
Nice.
maybe your
Nice.
relationship will last as long as theirs does. That's all I'm saying.
Nice.
And last but not least, you pet your dog, people. We're all friends in here. Gosh, why not pet your friends? Come on. How happy is this?
Come here. Come here. There you
Thank
go.
you.
Because we're friends. I can
Oh my
pet you.
goodness, this just brings me joy and happiness to see. Wow. So folks, that is the end of our first show of the Darren and Carolyn Save Humanity. You can contact us at darrenandcarolynsavehumanity.com and send us your email, let us know. We'll be back again. Our next show is going to be on childhood vaccinations. All right, we're going to go talk to our friends. Mike, give me some out music. Woo!
Think about it. When we're together, sharing ideas, you tell me, baby, it ain't no big deal. But now you've put my feelings under attack. Baby, got me spinning that wheel. You say it ain't quite